So happy Friday, everybody. Week 2 of our mindset reset boot camp. I was just chatting with somebody and they are starting to see some effects from the rice challenge, which is to be expected from my point of view. How many of you, type it in the chat, have started your rice challenge? How many of you did your homework and started the rice challenge? Besides Regina. I know Regina did it. How many of you started your homework last week? Besides Regina. It's not looking promising. Is Regina going to be the only one that knows what happens to the rice at the end of this challenge? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, hi. Welcome. Welcome. All right, guys. So this week we're going to talk about affirmations. I know I touched on it just a little bit last week, but this week is going to be all about affirmations, what they are, how they help your mental health outside of the business, and how they help you inside of the business, right? So remember last week I said, whenever you say an affirmation, you speak it into the universe out loud, you create a neural pathway for that, right? So you guys are going to have homework today, as promised. I told you guys we're going to have homework throughout this entire boot camp, right? One, it is not for me, it's for you guys. It is so that you can see the results and really see what I'm talking about instead of me just spitting out a bunch of stuff, right? I can tell you till you're blue in the face how important the mindset is and affirmations and what they do to you inside here, inside your soul and inside your brain. But until you see it firsthand, hence the rice challenge, then you don't really understand what's going on inside our bodies when we are negative to each other or negative to ourselves, right? So I'm going to start sharing my screen and we are going to dive right into it, okay? I hate these things. Right. So today is affirmation activation. Okay. Again, last week I touched just a little bit on affirmations. What we think, we become. Wise man said that, Buddha. I am a very big fan of what we think, we become, what you think you can do, right? And Buddha is really, really big on positivity and affirmations. Whoa, I'm trying to skip all the way to the very, very front, very back. So this week, we're going to explore the transformative power of affirmations. We're going to see and learn what they do for us inside our mind and inside our business. We're going to learn how affirmations enhance your mental health and can boost your business. All right, guys. So I'm really excited. You guys know, like, mindset is really important for me. And I'm really excited to share this stuff with you guys. So the objective of positive affirmations and the objective of this training is to understand positive affirmations and what they do. We're understanding the concept of affirmations and what their benefits are. You're going to discover and learn how to create and implement effective affirmations in your daily life and work. We're going to shift from a fixed mindset. Remember, guys, I went over that fixed mindset last week, right? To a growth mindset through consistent practice, okay? So what are affirmations? Affirmations are positive statements that can help you challenge and overcome negative thoughts, right? Instead of saying, I can't, I can and I will. Instead of saying, I'm not any good at this, saying, I'm not good right now, but I'm going to be, or I'm not good right now, but I'm going to learn how. Where we take challenges and turn challenges and obstacles into opportunities that we overcome, right? Learning opportunities. The purpose of affirmations is to reinforce your self-belief and encourage you to see yourself in a positive light and a positive outlook, right? So instead of always like I'm gonna harp on my brother and I will tell him this till he's blue in the face, but my brother is self-loathing. So when my brother and my nephew has the same problem, and I'm trying to fix that for him. My godson has the woe is me instead of, well, it was a challenge. I was afraid. I overcame it. Here we are. He lives in the fear, right? He lives in the negative. And so does my brother. They live in the negative. They are unable to see the opposite side. Like, perfect example, my nephew was terrified to go down the water slides. It's a tiny little water slide, but that's okay, right? Because it doesn't matter how big or how small it is. His fear is real and we need to validate the fear, right? Unfortunately, my brother-in-law is kind of old school, and the gentle teaching is it's throw him down the water slide. He gets over it. He did it. It's done. Right. But with my nephew, instead of him looking at like, oh, well, I went down, no matter how I went down, I already did it. Well, I did it and I survived and I'm okay. So let's do it again. And the more I do it, the less scary it'll be. Instead of him having that mindset, he has the mindset that one, he was terrified to go down it. Then he was forced to go down it. And now he's just living in the fear. Now he's not able to get out of the trauma and see, well, hey, I was terrified. My stepdad pushed me down, forced me to go down anyway. So guess what? I faced my fear. I survived. I'm okay. No, lives in the fear, right? So that's why it's so important to be able to shift that mindset, right? Let's talk about the importance of affirmations and how they affect your mental health. Okay. How do you feel about yourself when somebody says you're not good enough, or when you tell yourself I'm not good enough? What does that do up here? What does that do? I can tell you from firsthand experience, I've had like mind trauma. I've had trauma where if you hear something so many times, especially as a child, you start to believe that, right? If you hear you're not good enough so much, you're never going to amount to anything so much, or you're never going to make it, you're going to start believing that, right? And then you're going to start telling yourself that. And that's how you're going to start talking to yourself throughout your life, right? But if you start telling yourself, I may not be able to do it right now, but I sure as hell I'm going to do it by this time, or I'm going to do it. Sorry, guys, I got to mute you. Or if you tell yourself, I'm going to learn how to do it because I'm not capable right now, whatever, right? You flip it. You just have to flip it into a I can and I will. That's going to help you reduce stress. It's going to enhance your self-esteem. So you're going to stand taller. You're going to carry yourself different because you have a different view of yourself, and you have a different view of yourself up here, right? When you have a negative view of yourself and you think you're fat and you're no good and you are never going to amount to anything, and your life has just been a straight challenge for you, right? You're going to kind of slouch your shoulders, right? You're going to slouch your shoulders. How am I carrying myself right now? My body language tells you everything, huh? But if I feel good about myself and I'm good up here and I know I can do it, I'm going to look at fear in the face. I'm going to be like, let's go. What you got? What you got? Because I'm coming out the other side and you're going to stay here, right? Then you're going to carry yourself different. When you start to feel better about yourself and you start getting better up here and in your soul, then that's when you start carrying yourself different. You have a different confidence about you, right? Like look at bodybuilders or the guys at the gym you see that are like all ripped, right? How are they carrying themselves? Are they slouching? No, they think they look good, huh? They're confident. they're confident in their body. They're confident in what they're doing, and they're going to stand up tall, and they might pull out a little bit, but for the most part, they're standing tall, right? With their shoulders back and their chest out. It's a posture thing, right? I'm standing the way I feel. And then you're going to promote a positive self-image, right? Think about everybody's watching you, right? Do you have kids? How you talk to yourself and treat yourself? How are they going? How is that setting an example for them, right? I know for me, I have to set an example for my daughter. The example was not set in my house. It was not set. And I have some serious trauma from some of the things that my father had said to me. And that's okay. Like, right? I had a baby, break the cycle, right? My daughter won't ever hear me talk bad about myself. She won't ever hear when I put food on my plate, ever hear me say anything about my body image. She will never hear me talk negative about that. And she will always hear, you're beautiful no matter what. You're beautiful no matter what. You're beautiful no matter what. She will always hear positive affirmations from me. So also think about that too, guys. When you're telling yourself positive affirmations and you're telling yourself how beautiful you are and how good of a worker you are and how proud of yourself you are for overcoming the obstacles that you may have had to face in order to make that goal, achieve that goal, or even get where you are, right? The more you say it, the more neural pathways you're opening. And when you say it out loud, it's almost like contagious too. So the people around you, your children, your spouse, all of these people are always going to hear you say positive, right? And that's going to rub off, and that's going to break the cycle of negative. I was looking for that. Man, sometimes the electronics just don't like me. The electronics don't like me. So let's talk about how positive affirmations are important for your business. When you're telling yourself that you can, you will, no matter what, you're encouraging yourself to be resilient and to face your challenges. You're taking challenges and you're making them into learning opportunities, right? It fosters a proactive approach to problem solving. Read that again. It fosters a proactive approach to problem solving. Instead of saying, I don't think I can do that, you're going to be like, yeah, bring it on. I got this. Totally different approach. I'm going to look at that and be like, it's going to be a doozy, but I'm going to do it. Yes. Instead of being like, oh man, I don't know about that. Be like, yeah, I may die trying, but I tried, right? There you go. Positive affirmation. I may die trying, but I tried. It's going to enhance your motivation for productivity. Okay. It's going to enhance your motivation for productivity. I'm going to say for productivity instead of and productivity, because it's going to enhance your motivation, and that's going to make you more productive, right? When you're more motivated, you get more stuff done. Yeah. There are days that I am unmotivated, and you know what I have to tell myself? Just get it done. Just get it done. Get it done. Here are some real life examples. Did you guys know that successful entrepreneurs who use positive affirmations, they use those to maintain focus and drive? Clear real life example is Amy Cabrera and Sarah Rogers are both 3-star platinums, right? Both 3-star platinums. And both of those ladies go to sleep listening to positive affirmations. Why? Learn this at convention. When you're listening to those positive affirmations, even though you're asleep, your subconscious is taking that in and doing work. Your subconscious is taking those affirmations in and it's doing work. Subconsciously, it's going to help you, right? Because now when you come to a situation that's a challenge and you're usually like, oh man, I can't do that. You're going to be like, well, it's going to be a doozy, but I'm going to do it. Right? That's what happens when you're listening and telling yourself positive affirmations. It's going to do the work for you. And then it's not going to be so difficult. It's not going to be work. It's going to be automatic, right? What are some characteristics of effective affirmations? The positive is positive frame statements in a positive light. So positive frame statements in a positive light. Well, it was really challenging for Casey, but she nailed it, right? I didn't think I could do it at first, but I knew that if I bared down and just got all of my grit out, sucked it up, that I was going to persevere. The mountain was so tall and it was really discouraging when I got to the bottom. However, when I looked at the top, all I could imagine was how I was going to feel after I climbed the mountain. And, you know, you can keep going, right? All I could think at the bottom was how amazing it was going to feel when I conquered my fears and the challenge and got up to the top and saw the view. I could almost taste it. I could almost already feel what it was going to feel like. A little bit, right? Present tense, right? As if they are already true, right? As if they're already true. I have you guys journaling, right? I have you journaling and what your blocks, positive affirmation, or what your blocks are in your business, correct? Right? As if they are already true. If you have goals, write your goals down as if they've already happened. You have a vision board, right? Make a vision board of things that you're going to have. Things I'm going to have. Places I'm going to go. Write it down as if it's already true, right? Neural pathway. And then the personal. Tailor them to your specific goals and values. What is important to you? What goals do you have? When I hit gold, y'all better watch out. Write or speak as if it already happened. My personal goals, right? My personal goals or values. Not if, when. Because it is not a matter of if I'm going to hit gold. It is only a matter of when I am going to hit gold, or whatever your goal is. Mine is gold. I've got an IATN card under my belt. I want gold, right? When I hit gold, y'all better watch out. Everybody thought Halia was fierce. Halia is fierce. She's my girl. Examples. I am capable of achieving my business goals. How many of you, type it in the chat? I'm gonna make you work today. How many of you, type it in the chat, have goals in your business that you just can't foresee coming to light? How many of you have goals in this business that you're like, man, that is so far down the road, or you can't even see it? Really, none of you have goals in this business that you can't really, like, you don't think you're going to grasp? Be honest, y'all. Be transparent. It's okay. Well, yeah, fleet. Duh. Yes, your goals are achievable if you want to obtain them. But if you're in a fixed mindset and not a growth mindset, you're not going to think about that right now, are you? If you're in a fixed mindset, you're going to say, I have a lot of goals in this business. I don't know if I'm going to achieve all of them or any of them, right? That's what that's what I'm trying to get at. Positive affirmations take you from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Halia's been in a growth mindset for a year, y'all. Halia is still in a growth mindset. I know this. Halia is in a growth mindset. And that's why Halia does not believe that any goals are unobtainable. All goals are achievable because she's already in the right mindset, right? Halia tells herself every day that she can do it and she's capable and she's going to. And we've all watched her, right? We've all watched her skyrocket to success because she put in the work up here, which helped her put in the work here, right, guys? Reaching my growth mindset. Exactly. Another one, I attract opportunities that help me grow, right? I attract opportunities that help me grow. I'm afraid to even click it. I'm afraid to click it. There we go. So let's talk about man, we're going to struggle with words today. Implementation and daily practices. What is your morning routine? Let's switch it up. Start a new morning routine. Start your day by reciting affirmations. Okay. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am capable. I love myself and I'm going to hit it hard and I'm going to achieve my goals, right? You can, you will. You can, you will. You can, you will. I can do this. I will achieve my goals. I will be successful. I can do this. I will achieve my goals. I will be successful. Journaling, write down affirmations and reflect on them, right? Visual reminders, place affirmations where you can see them regularly, like sticky notes. I have sticky notes sometimes on my computer, guys. There's days that, you know, it's a little bit harder to work through the mental than others, right? So sometimes I need daily reminders of positive affirmations. My biggest one is people will be people. People will be people. Man, I got to tell myself that every day. People will be people. I think the biggest thing I struggle with is you can't want this business and this opportunity more for someone than they want it for themselves. Man, I struggle with that because I love this opportunity so much and I want to share it with everybody, right? But if they're not willing to put in the work, and it's hard when you see the potential, right? When you see the potential of somebody and they're just not living up, they're not living up to that. And I don't know why, but people will be people. And that's what I have to tell myself. And I have to tell myself, it's not you. It's not me. I'm doing everything that I possibly can to help them be successful, right? Or I'm doing everything that I possibly can to bring this opportunity to people. I'm doing everything that I can. People will be people. Sometimes I need a visual reminder of that. Consistency is key. You can't tell yourself every 2 or 3 days that, oh yeah, no, I can do this. Have a couple of hurdles, let it get you down, and then have something good happen, pull your pants back up and be like, yeah, I can do this. Get on it. It's got to be a daily thing, right? A daily thing. If you're trying to quit smoking, you can't like not have a cigarette for a day and then like 3 days later have a cigarette or have a couple of puffs and then be like, oh man, and then feel bad about yourself and then not do it again, right? You have to be consistent. If you want something to become a habit, you have to be consistent. Just like in this business. In this business, everything is consistency. We spit it out. Consistency, consistency, consistency. It is not going to be any different changing you from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. You have to work at it every day. Some days are going to be hard. Some days are going to be easy. Some days are really going to make you are going to challenge yourself. Like it's really going to be challenging and you're going to have to really dig deep, real deep, y'all. And you're going to have to pull yourself out of the darkness. And if you can't, then you need to reach out to somebody and let them help you pull yourself out of the darkness. If you can't get your mind by yourself right that day, then reach out. Then reach out to somebody, right? Reach out to your mentor, reach out to another agent in the business and say, hey man, I'm having a tough day. Having a tough day getting my mindset right, and I need a little bit of help. Consistency. Make affirmations a non-negotiable part of your routine. Before I have my coffee, I need to tell myself that I'm amazing. I'm going to kick ass today. I'm going to be super successful, and that I love myself. Before I have my coffee, first thing when I wake up, I look in the mirror. You got this. You're going to do amazing. Life is good. Life is great. God is good. You are good, and you're making a difference. You got this. Go kick ass. Before everything. Or make it the last thing you do at the end of the night. Be like, you kicked ass today. You helped a lot of people. You did a great job. How do you feel? You feel great, don't you? That's right. You did great today. You nailed it. You know, like what happens if you have a big presentation that you have to do? You know, or you're in a first time training, or there's boot camps happening all over right now, right? In-person boot camps for this business. That's scary. Meeting people that you see on Zooms. What if they don't like you in person? What if that? Hey man, I had that. Trust me. Acquired taste right here. Acquired taste. And I'm okay with that. That keeps my circle small. That keeps my circle small for the people who really want to be around me and who get me, right? I don't care. I don't care. But I will say, when I'm in front of people and meeting people that I genuinely love, I care. I care a lot, because those are people that I don't want to lose, that help me in my business. They keep me motivated. I don't want to lose that because I'm right? Most people love Casey energy. The Casey's sometimes not always, sometimes she's a little woo with the energy, right? Like sometimes she's just like, what is Casey on today? Woo! What does she eat? Yes. And I know that, you know, and I'm okay with that because awesome. I'm awesome, right? Even with that, I'm awesome. Keeps my circle small. What do I always say, guys? Because the haters gonna hate, right? Should have seen me in my car, like right after this training. I'm sure all my neighbors were like, whoa, and I'm in there going, shake it off, in my driveway. I don't care. I don't care. But when I get hyped, or when sometimes I get down, sometimes you got to listen to, you got to, oh yeah, man, she's right. If Taylor Swift's got haters, more haters than anybody, right? Hey, shake off the negative. Shake it off. Get it out, right? Make the positive affirmations a daily routine that is non-negotiable, right? Non-negotiable. Some suggested activities, role playing. If you struggle telling yourself, tell other people. Tell other people, Halia, you are so amazing. Jackie, I just love you. You help me so much. I love reading your posts. You're always in it. I'm struggling today. What do you got for me? Like, how can I need to role play, right? If you're telling people all the time how amazing they are, how proud of them you are, eventually you're going to start telling yourself. But if you can't, it's okay. We're not there yet. It's okay. Role play with someone. Role play. Maybe it sounds weird doing it in the mirror, right? Like you're talking to yourself. It feels weird. It's awkward. I'm not going to lie. Be transparent. Looking at myself, I'm like, 6 months ago, I would have been like, man, I wouldn't have even said anything nice to myself, because I would have been thinking about something else. I would have been like, man, those pants are really not flattering for the curves that you have, right? Or whatever. It's awkward talking to yourself. Sometimes you focus not on what you're there for, and you're like, right? It's so awkward. So if you can't do it to yourself, role play. Create motivational posters. Create motivational posters. if you stick a sticky note on your mirror that says you're awesome, have a great day. Go kill it. Have a great day. You are capable, you are strong, you are amazing, you're going to kill it. Go have a good day. Right? You're going to have an amazing day. You're awesome. You're going to kill it. Presentation's going to be amazing, right? My travel ad is going to nail it. I'm going to have a bunch of clients, real clients that want to book, and I'm going to be so confident, and I'm going to start charging fees. And then I'm going to be so confident doing that. I'm going to be like, I'm going to spread the love. I'm going to start building, and I'm going to build an empire, right? Journal. Part of your homework, right? Have you guys journaling? And then famous fails. Where have you famously failed? I know where I've famously failed a few times. But you know what? I look at those fails. I don't look at them as fails. I look at them as challenges, right? They were challenges, and they're not failures because they were learning opportunities. So look back where you feel like you failed and dissect that and take it. What could I learn from that to do better and move on? Where can I learn? Look at where you feel you failed in the past. Maybe you started a business and it didn't work out, right? Go back, or maybe you really wanted to make the debate team and you didn't make the debate team. Why didn't you make the debate team? Go back to when you started your business. Maybe you had missed opportunities for clients that didn't book with you. Go back, dissect the qualifying of the client, dissect all of the conversation you had, dissect what your steps were and how you do things different now. Dissect what you think you failed at and turn it into a learning opportunity instead of a failure. Change it. There are no failures. They're just learning opportunities, right? I said that last week. There's no failures. You're not failing. You didn't fail. You just created an opportunity to learn to do better the next time. So journal, role play, make motivational posters, right? Make a poster that has affirmations all over it. And then also on that, maybe make a vision board of things that you know you're going to have in the future. Why? Because you're putting it out there. I know I'm going to have these. I know I'm going to be successful. So what do I want to get out of this success? Right? What are your goals? Mine is to own a house and to retire my husband and travel the world. I am a workaholic. I love to work. My husband does not, but my husband's jobs have always been a little bit rougher and more physical. So he's 40 and he's really starting to feel it. Arthritis in his hands, 40 arthritis in his hands, right? He didn't get to raise his other two babies. He was too busy working like a slave, 4, 5, 3 jobs at a time just to make ends meet, to provide for a family that was left behind, right? So I have goals. I want to own a house. I want to travel the world, and I want to retire my husband. I want to work. I love to work. Like, I need to work. So write your goals down, make posters, create motivational posters, and check back on the things, check back into situations that you feel like you failed. Dissect those and turn them into a learning opportunity to do better next time. This is my resource page. I follow Daniel G. Love that guy. Man, you guys want to learn how to close? Oh, he is amazing. I love his stuff. Guys, I got most of my stuff from Sarah. I'm not going to lie. So these are going to be a little bit not gentle. They're going to be very honest, brutal, and like in their delivery of motivation and mindset and getting things done. It's going to be really in your face, but you know what I'm saying? There's no sugarcoating it. How's that? Eric Rock, he's fantastic. He has an amazing backstory. Andy Elliott, everybody knows Tony Robbins, right? Eric Thomas, Alex Morton. I do a lot of my posts. I have some groups that I am part of on Facebook, like affirmation groups, mom groups, because I have like funny mom affirmations. I get a lot of Pinterest. I follow all of these people on Instagram and even I think some of them on Facebook. I Google motivational. You know what I didn't put in here is ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for everything. Canva. Sometimes I make that get the quotes and then I create my own flyer on Canva and share them. So I created this for you guys so that you have like a starting point, right? Casey, I don't know any motivational speakers other than Tony Robbins. Everybody knows Tony Robbins, right? Daniel G, he's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I come from a sales background. I have been selling something, whether it be, Kirby vacuums, clothes, adult toys. That's right. Adult toys. Air conditioning. I made quite a penny in that field. So I've always been selling something and I've always had to close, right? The closing in travel business is a little bit different, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. But when Daniel G is speaking about closing, and I think is it Andy? My gosh, I think it's Eric Thomas. Him too, man. I watched a reel of him selling I think it was a desk chair to a coworker. It was like, hey, sell me this chair. And he just went into it and it was like, whoa, but the mindset, right? All of these people are huge on mindset. Okay. And our closing affirmation, right? I always have a closing affirmation for you guys. I am capable of achieving my goals and I embrace every opportunity for growth and success. Guys, this is a great affirmation to tell yourself every day in the mirror. Write it down. Put it wherever you need to see it. If you need to put it on the steering wheel of your car. One of my old mentors in the HVAC business, he was really big on Wally Long, motivation, mindset. And he is a motivational speaker now who travels the world talking about gratefulness, thankfulness, affirmations, mindset, right? And I'm going to tell you something that he told me, and I did it. I listened, and I achieved that goal. He told me to write down my goal, which we've all told you, right? To write down your goals and put it somewhere you're going to see it every day. I lived my life behind the wheel of my car, okay? So I had a job where I was selling air conditioning and I had to drive from call to call. My goal, my dream job was to be a veterinary technician. That is a tough job. I did it. I have a child and I won't do it again. But I had that goal and I put it on a note card and I taped it onto my steering wheel because I spent a majority of my time in the car. So I'm looking at that while I'm driving every time I get in the car and I look at my goal. I went to school. I became a veterinary tech in North Dakota. And here I am, a travel agent, because it is a far better fit for me. But this is a great affirmation, guys. Write it down. Put it somewhere you're going to see it every day, right? You got goals, write them down. Put them somewhere you're going to see them every day. And now, whoops, did I not do, I guess I didn't do homework. Yep, homework. So here's the homework. I want you to create your own affirmations, okay? I want you to take inventory of yourself. Take stock in the things, the negative things that you tell yourself on a daily basis. And I want you to flip those into positive affirmations. And I want you to tell those to yourself every day. Okay. We're going to start shifting. This is where we start taking that fixed mindset and we start creating daily habits to go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Okay. It's creating healthy daily habits, right? So I want you to continue to journal every day. Every day, I want you to start looking back in the mirror and telling them to yourself out loud. If you struggle with time management and you're like, I am never, ever going to get this under control. Like, I am just terrible with time management. You're going to look back. You're going to say, tomorrow, I'm going to turn over a new leaf because tomorrow I am going to start tackling my time management challenges head on. And I'm going to start by planning my day out. After I plan my day out, I'm going to have a list. I'm going to start checking the stuff off of my list. And by the end of the day, everything will be checked off and I'm going to feel amazing, right? It's time management. What if you are, just coming into this business just from the corporate world and you're like, I don't know if I have the discipline to do this every day, or I don't think I'm going to be able to get clients, or whatever it is that you tell yourself you can't do. I want you to flip it around, create that affirmation to a growth mindset affirmation. And I want you to write that down and I want you to start telling yourself that in the mirror every day. Okay. That's your homework, guys. That is your homework. Right?